Welcome to Sujeevanam.org, your travel companion on a journey of living a meaningful and balanced life using the three pillars of yoga, Hindustani classical music, and Sanskrit. I hope, by now, you have a good feel of the site after having seen our video on navigating through Sujeevanam.org. In this video, I will show you how you can use your browser's translate feature and read the material on the site in a language of your choice instead of the site's native language English. Let us start with Google's Chrome browser. Once you have logged on to the site, you can click the three dots on the top right hand of your browser's window in line with the address bar. In the drop-down menu that appears, you can select Translate. This will display a small box on the top right-hand side. It will show the site language, in this case, automatically detected. Along with it, if you have used Translate in past, it will also show the language in which you last translated. In case you want to translate in this language, you can click the language. This will now show the website content in the language of your choice. In case you want to translate in another language, you can click the three little dots for more translate options. Once the translation is on, all elements on the page, like the header, the menu, and the content, will be readable in the chosen language. The translate function has persistence. This means once switched on, it applies to all the pages that you navigate to on the site as long as you stay on the tab. Not just the static text content, but also dynamic and interactive content like the blogs, filters, the drop-downs, and buttons, etc. They all get translated. This allows you to not just read the site in the language of your choice, but also navigate and operate on it as if the site was in your chosen language. As indicated earlier, to switch the language, you can click the three little dots for more translate options, and from the drop-down to select language, you can choose another language. This will again change the site's language to the new language chosen. This will, as I said earlier, will cascade across all the elements of the site. While it will not be able to translate content that is in form of pictures or in languages other than the source language, which in case of Sujeevanam.org is English, it will be able to translate all readable material that was published on the site originally in English. So you will not just be able to read site's content in your chosen language, but will also be able to read all posts by other site members made in English. This way, you will be able to follow any discussion. This also hints that if you want your comments in a discussion to be read by others using Translate, it would be better if you translate your comment into English when posting on the site. Apart from reading and commenting, you can also use functionalities like registration, password reset, display name change, or sending a feedback using the contact page, all the while using your own language. Now let us try on Microsoft's Edge browser. You can use a shortcut to access Translate option. You can right-click anywhere on the body of the site. This will show a context menu. In this, you can select the Translate to option. This will show your last used language. I have found that, as compared to Google's Chrome, Microsoft's Edge has more technical glitches, but you can tinker around and eventually you will get there. I also found that the Edge's Translate tool was not able to translate the submenu items. I have already pointed out how Chrome here does a better job of translating submenu, which Edge, for some reason, cannot yet access. Also, I found in my experience that the natural quality of translation was far better in Chrome, indicating its superior natural language processing training database. I remember, when translating the English word cultivate, Edge had literally translated it into Hindi using the word for agricultural cultivation. As opposed to this, Chrome translated it to develop, which was the contextual meaning in which I had used cultivate. This, to my surprise, was corrected the very next day in Edge's model, but Chrome's translations as still far superior. For example, Chrome, here, translates the word muse as inspiration in Hindi, while Edge simply writes muse in Hindi. Also, the overall lyrical quality of the original English sentence is far better preserved in the Chrome translations. Yet, when using Translate in Chrome, Edge, or any other browser, please remember that it is a machine translation. I have seen Chrome reverse the meaning totally at times, or even whole sentences at the end of paragraphs were removed in the translation. So, while browsers' translate features are a great help, they are still evolving and are far from perfect. I would still suggest using the original text. As Sujeevanam's content is highly specialized, reading it in the source language and not using a doubtful translation, if feasible, is important to get the exact intent, purport, and the feel of the author's intent. I hope you are having fun and also getting stimulated by the content on Sujeevanam's portal. Do send us a feedback using the contact page as to how your experience was using AI Translate. Maybe we could even start a thread if people have enough interesting stories to tell. All content on Sujeevanam.org is designed to inform, inspire, and invite deeper engagement. For this, your feedback becomes really valuable. Hope to hear from you soon. Visit us today at www.sujeevanam.org.